Welcome to the Inspiring ECE Podcast. I'm your host, Marcy Nicole, and in today's episode, we will be talking about all the messages that I have been receiving in my DMs lately. And it is the question, what if I want to go back to school after I have my diploma? What can I do? How can I get there? I don't have all the answers, but what I do have is a little bit of my journey and a little bit more of ways that I want to support you if you're thinking about extending your professional journey. Hello, and welcome to the Inspiring ECE Podcast. I'm your host, Marcy Nicole. Thank you so much for joining me on today's podcast. We're about to talk about some exciting stuff on today's episode. So let's get started. All right, so on today's episode, I have a 2-year early childhood diploma. What's next? Lots and lots. The sky's the limit. Having an early childhood education diploma is a fantastic thing. I never want to undersell it. If you are an ECE, you should be singing it from the rooftops. It's a huge accomplishment, and it is a profession that is lacking recognition, but so important to society. But a lot of you have questions about, so what's next? Everybody's journey is different. Some just want to keep going within the field, such as becoming a center supervisor, becoming a district manager, becoming an advocate for early childhood. All of those options are open to you. But others want more post-secondary study, which is what I did, and I can definitely share those with you. So, after many years of having my early childhood diploma, I went back and got a bachelor's degree in early childhood leadership. There are many other degrees that you could get with an early childhood education diploma. We are in Ontario, Canada, so our structure is a little bit different. When you are looking at certain programs, they do credit you in your degree program if you already have a diploma with 2 years. So it's not a full 4 years. You only have to complete an additional 2 years to get the degree or the undergrad. And that's what I did. So I know you're thinking, what opportunities does having a degree have? Well, getting your degree opens you up to being allowed to enroll in teachers' college programs, which some of you have expressed extreme interest in. And that's great. For others, with having your bachelor's degree in early childhood, it opens you to job opportunities such as curriculum specialist, childcare advisors, management roles, and such other things as private schools, childcare centers, and community organizations that deal with young children. That is just one of the options if you choose to get a degree. The other question that I'm getting is, with your degree, can I go to teachers' college? Yes. In Ontario, Canada, you need to have an undergrad, not an early childhood, but an undergraduate degree to be able to enroll in a teachers' college program. And I know what you're thinking, but they're extremely competitive, and I've been out of school a long time. I'm going to stop that thought of fear right now. Marcy Nicole is going to talk to her educators just for a minute. I want you to silence that fear. And I know that is definitely easier said than done. If you want something for yourself, you are worth it. You can do anything you put your mind to, especially if you want it. So if post-secondary is something you have been thinking about in the back of your mind for years, now's the time. And I know you're thinking, but I can't afford it, and I can't do this, and I can't, and there's 100 other thoughts. Stop and breathe. We can do this. And I'm only saying this to all of you is because I've done it. And it wasn't easy. Not at all. And that's why I'm going to tell you, if post-secondary is where you want to go for it. I will advise you to do this. There is nothing to think about until you get accepted into the program you want. You know that being an early childhood educator can both be rewarding, challenging, and that's why we're here to support you every step of the way. At the Inspire to Educate, we offer one-on-one and group coaching to help you navigate your ups and downs in the field and reunite your passion for early childhood education. Our experienced coaches, like Marcy Nicole, at Inspire to Educate, have a wealth of knowledge and expertise to share with you. Each of our coaching programs is tailored to the individual, whether you are in the beginning of your professional journey, whether you're looking for guidance on specific challenges you're facing, or simply just want to refocus and recharge, we have a coaching program that's right for you. To learn more about our coaching services, visit our website at aspiretoeducate.com or follow us on social media at marcynicole_. We can't wait to work with you and to help you thrive in your career as an early childhood educator. With that being said, you have to do your research. If post-secondary study is where you want to go, find out what your passion is. Maybe you want to do outdoor learning. Maybe you want to do pedagogical practice. Maybe you want to do racial inequalities. Whatever it is you want to do the research. Don't be afraid to look it up. Figure out what schools are offering. Once you find something that interests you, then it's time to apply. Yes, I said it. We gotta open up the tab that says apply now and hit the button. All of you just sighed and says, she makes it sound so easy. It wasn't. That was the most difficult step that I had to take. But you have no decision to make about anything else until that acceptance letter comes in. And then we could think about all the other things that have overwhelmed us about post-secondary study, such as how much time is this assignment going to take? Or how am I going to afford to do this? Or can I really do this? I have been out of school forever. We don't need those thoughts right now. What we need is just for you to apply. Once you apply and you get accepted into a program, then we worry about doing each one of those things one at a time. That's it. We take it one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself with everything. Once you get an acceptance, then we worry about those things. All right, let's talk about if we don't get an acceptance. Yeah, that happened to me too. That's the reality. Been out of school a long time. Rejection is a part of my journey, and of course I'm going to share that with you. I was rejected from 2 or 3 programs, and at first I was heartbroken. And I started to get that imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. What was I thinking? I sat there in those thoughts for quite a long time when I said to myself, you applied for a reason, and maybe that's just not the fit for you. So I kept applying until I found my fit. But rejection shouldn't stop you. It's a part of your journey. And in my journey, I asked for feedback. When I didn't get accepted to a program, I sent an email inquiring about what exactly was missing in my application, what went wrong, just very professionally, and I got back professional responses that led me to keep applying. In some aspects, the program was just full. In others, they gave me detailed feedback that I could put forth into my next application. After I got my acceptance and I began in my post-secondary study, I will tell you a tip that helped me, and that was build my circle of support. And that may be the 2 or 3 of your classmates that you are going to spend these next couple years with. Hold them close, get to know them, be each other's bridge. That's the best advice I can give you. Build your squad from the very beginning, as soon as you possibly can. They will hold you up, you will hold them up, you will keep each other accountable, and you will finish together. I did that, and we were fortunate enough to finish together and walk across the stage together. All right, so now that I've told you, you can go on and get your degree. You can also continue that degree and get a master's or a PhD if that's what you want to do. And that is to further your career if you are really into research and teaching at a college level. Those are the job opportunities that open up with a master's degree and a PhD. Also, you can be published in articles and such things, but not to say that you can't do that with just a diploma. So, if you are looking into post-secondary study, I want you to know that yes, you can do it. But, and this is a big but, for somebody that has done it, I will tell you, post-secondary study is not the only way to grow in your professional development. And I'm going to say it again. Post-secondary study is not the only way to grow in your professional development. Because let's be real, post-secondary study isn't for everybody. It's hard, it's time-consuming, and sometimes you have to learn things that aren't necessarily your focus just to be able to complete the course load. What I will say is coaching and professional development and finding courses and programs that target what you're interested in is also a great way to invest in yourself and your professional development. Nobody says it has to be post-secondary. Find out what works for you and embrace it. I have had amazing coaches and I have taken extraordinary professional development. And that is what led me to beginning this podcast. So there are many ways to grow in your professional journey. I want you to find out where you are most happy, because being in this field is challenging and overwhelming at times, but it is also fantastic and rewarding. And for me, I love to see the work that early childhood educators do in their programs daily. How much they give back and contribute to society brings me joy. I hope this episode was helpful, and I hope I didn't overwhelm you. And if you have any questions at all, please DM me. I answer questions as much as I possibly can, and I love to hear from this community. If you are interested in exploring some coaching options or to further your career through some professional development, I will be saying that Inspire to Educate will be offering professional development as well as coaching programs in the new year. I wanted to say thank you again for tuning in to the Inspiring ECE. I'm your host, Marcy Nicole, and I always enjoy talking to you. So until next time, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of the Inspiring ECE Podcast. This was a blast. If you don't want to miss any future episodes, please don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on socials on Inspire to Educate. Until next time, bye for now.